This video is just a little introduction into the M4-DMX working with our S.T.I.C.K controller. I've already loaded the stick with a couple of programs and scenes that have been downloaded into it, so that's going to be another video on how to program the stick itself. But the basics as far as connecting the stick to the M4 and connecting the S.T.I.C.K Notes or S.T.I.C.K Note Extreme driver to the M4 is in the M4. When you open it, there's a compartment that has the power supply and then the main PCB board. In the board you have 4 terminals where the S.T.I.C.K Notes will hook up into. And at the bottom of the board it's hard to see, but they're labeled. What colors go where has to be the correct sequence. And on the DMX version of the M4, this M4-DMX, you'll have your DMX in, your DMX out, and then you'll also have here, I know it's very hard to see, but it's basically a jumper that when pulled exposes 2 pins. This little jumper between my fingers here is a 120 ohm resistor. It'll complete the circuit for a 120 ohm resistor that works as a terminating resistor, which is common in the DMX world. That keeps the DMX signal from bouncing back through the system and creating any kind of just sporadic glitches or whatnot. On this board we also find the 3 dials for addressing. One's labeled X100, X10, and X1. When you're at typically the address that's used is 001, which is the first address for most DMX capable devices. In setting this to address 001, it will utilize 12 channels from that address. So if you had another M4, you would have to start the next M4 on address 013 because you've utilized 12 channels for each M4 controller. Basically the 12 channels are used up in red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, and red, green, blue for each of the fixtures. Okay. Going back real quick to this jumper. This jumper can stay on when it's only one M4-DMX unit being used. But if you have multiple units, what you're going to do is you're going to daisy chain the DMX data cable to where it goes in, out through the rest of the fixtures, and you're going to want to pull each jumper off of the other M4-DMX units except on the last one. This way the signal can go in and out up to the last one without bouncing back. Okay, so that part's pretty basic there. You always want to make sure that when connecting your DMX data that you have your shield, your data minus, and your data plus in that order, going in and going out. And same thing with the stick controller. In the back of the stick controller there's a location, first 2 slots at the bottom, and their screw-in terminals are for power, and this is a little AC to DC converter that goes in there, and then after that you're wired in with the DMX data. And on here it's labeled, it's hard to see on this camera, but the literature that comes with it tells you where the DMX plus, the minus, and the DMX ground or shield go here. So once again, it's very important that the wiring from here and here are identical, else you're going to get all kinds of sporadic things happening. In this little demonstration, the way I have my test cable set up is with a 3-pin male and female XLR, which is very common for the DMX world. Let me take these apart here just to show you. Alright, so you got a 3-pin male and a 3-pin female. Okay, but for this system, this particular system, M4 to the stick controller, you can have a hard wire going from your the input of the M4-DMX to the output of the stick. Okay, because all it is screw-in terminals. I did this because I test with other units and whatnot. Put this back together here. Okay, some of the capabilities that you'll have by using an M4-DMX controller with a stick, and this unit can also be used with Lutron and Aqualink systems that generate DMX signals. But you have to read those manuals to see how to get those to operate. So I'm going to go ahead and power on the system. First thing you'll notice when the system's powered on is that it'll go through a sequence of colors: white, red, green, blue. That's automatic, and then it'll jump to the first scene programmed in to the stick controller, which I have set up as white. Here's my off button for my stick, so if I wanted the units to go off, they would. Turn them back on, they automatically go to the first scene I have programmed. Second scene I have programmed for red, third is green, fourth is blue, fifth is yellow, sixth is pink, seventh is like a cyan light blue color, and the eighth scene I got in here, I set it up as a just kind of a little random thing to show you the capability of what you can do, where you can individually control the fixtures. It's hard to see in this video, but they are doing a couple of little different things here. They're jumping around from red to blue, or going in a sequence of colors, turning off and on in a certain sequence. It's very important when you're doing the installation to know which fixture is where and how it connects into the board, because that will be able to help you identify what you want your scene to do when it comes time for programming the stick. Okay, so very important to know which is number 1, which is number 2, which is number 3 on the board. The way it works on the board is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. For the most part, this is again just a basic video